Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I've been watching alts very freaking closely. Today, we saw a little bit of a pump, and I think it's basically what we explained yesterday, right? That altcoins right now are really requested quite a lot, and we already saw the hint when XRP dipped a lot earlier than Bitcoin dipped, and the same thing for Ethereum, same thing for VeChain. That was a slight hint that altcoin season might be around the corner. And the more that we move on here, the more I'm really thinking that right now. But then again, we're not completely in the clear just quite yet. Make sure you understand that Bitcoin can dip lower. And if it dips hard, it will definitely take a lot of altcoins with it. But I'm mostly also saying this because Bitcoin is hovering around that 50% dominance mark. So let's watch it closely for the next couple of days, guys. Let's watch it. It's going sideways, but we will never know when it's going to break up front. Bitcoin hovering around 50% dominance is really interesting to watch because that usually means something is about to unfold here, as we've seen in the past. Now, Ripple, this is on NASDAQ, by the way. Ripple stands to make a big move now that the panic selling is over. To be honest, I don't really know what caused the extra panic selling in XRP. I think a lot of the people who are buying these alts, and that's also something which happens more usually with different cryptos too, are a little bit more scared than the people who buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin is kind of the standard. That brings me to point number 2. It is, if you are afraid right now of a big correction, you're either overexposed, not sure enough about the crypto you've purchased, or really risk averse / really not in the mood to lose any money. To me, since I've been in crypto for so long right now, we have done the YouTube thing since somewhere throughout 2017, so we've witnessed the whole entire bull market and bear market. I really know, you know what? Bull markets will tend to last quite long, and there's going to be some headaches, but in the end, all the money I'm losing right now will be quadrupled, quadrupled, quintupled, whatever, if I wait long enough. If you've watched a couple of videos from 2013 and whatnot, you'll notice, you always wonder, ooh, did they hodl? But then again, you start to think, well, 2013 was a bull run, 2017 bull run, 2021 bull run. It could literally be that any one of these times, they're like, yo, you know what? I should sell it, right? I should sell it. Right now we're at the quote-unquote top, so I should sell everything and just be happy with my life, live this. I keep telling myself, well, if they did it at any one of those points, they might have been satisfied and happy, but it hurts so much if you got out of crypto in a correction and it turns out that it was just a little correction of a bull in a bull market, like a bear trap, and then it moves up higher. You hate yourself so much. I'd rather lose to the opportunity and basically lose that I just took the opportunity and didn't work well than I'd lose from selling and not, being involved with the crypto too much. I couldn't stand myself. And maybe that's a psychological thing where some of you guys would rather have the money be safe than be screwed potentially. I'm not that type of guy. I would rather risk it all for the big bucks instead of hating myself all the time. But look at this, guys. Look at XRP just trading right now. This is a 30-minute chart for XRP right now, going pretty damn nutty. Altcoins are picking up the pace a little bit again. We're not even there. I mean, the 24th earlier today, I think, or yesterday. Let's quickly check. This is the 25th. So earlier yesterday, we actually for XRP hit about $1.17. Not quite sure if we actually are going to hit that just now. Let us watch. We actually need to overtake that little level where we dipped yesterday again, as I already explained whilst it was happening. And we, of course, need to breach 119. So basically $1.20. And then we're basically picking up the pace again in a really positive manner if we're really honestly talking about this movement. On a daily perspective, everything is already looking green. But I guess a big engulfing candle would also be nice. If we actually close above like $1.20 or so, we're really engulfing it. Looks like a really good bottom here. And that's basically a reversal once more on the alts. Then Space XRP Artisan posted so much XRP. Why did he post that? Well, look at this picture right here. I miss you, babe, is what she says. Babe, what's wrong? And he says, I miss you so much, with the green bags under his eyes because he's looking at the green right now. XRP going green right now, but you can also just think about it like, oh, that I missed it so much. And the thing is, guys, you will always have this, and I trust me when I say this, you will always have this little thought of, ooh, I either wish I got out earlier or I wish it was still pumping. But then again, look at this right here. You can see in February, we also had a huge decline here in market cap. It is usual within these bull runs. And every single time people think it's over and every single time it just comes back up. Even if this was the big dip of everything and things are going to go down again, we are going to be going up as long as you have good coins, as long as you have good coins, as long as you have good coins. This is usually how it works though. If it's at $1, nobody wants it. Once it goes up, people want it. They don't want to buy it cheap. They want to buy it expensive because that means it's really useful. People are using it and stuff like that. It's the key. It's the strategy and it's the way to make a lot of money. To buy it when nobody else wants it or buy it when a lot of people are afraid of it. Same thing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was once at $100. You might say, Dusty, Bitcoin's really popular back then. Okay, right? So maybe not everybody knew about it, but surely 95% of you guys watching, I'm going to say 95% at least, knew about Bitcoin in 2017 once it hit $20,000-ish. You can't say you didn't know about Bitcoin back then. You cannot convince me that you never heard about Bitcoin once it hit the all-time high in 2007 freaking teen. You might have not bought it, you might have not looked into it, but you must have heard about it somewhere, on either a news station or something, unless you live under a rock. But I'm going to assume the majority of you guys at least heard some little hint. But did you buy? No, because you thought, well, this is the top, right? Or maybe you heard it a couple days later where it's like Bitcoin is dumping like crazy, and you were like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't buy. Then again, if you had just bought in the big run back right there, you would have still made a ton of freaking money. You still tripled your money at least right now. You might have thought for a couple of months, like, ooh, damn, I bought too high. That's all relative. That's all relative. Because whatever you bought right there, wherever, you would have made a ton of money right now. There's literally no space ever within the last couple of years that you could have lost money. So, yeah. Mac Attack posted, fact, XRP is not security, and I never purchased directly from Ripple. It's actually really important to understand why the whole debacle is so important. It's like, right now what's being threatened with XRP specifically is also the future of crypto in a really far degree. Altcoins, the majority of them are kind of in the same kind of a niche as Ripple is with XRP. It's like, if they're going to be deemed a security, then a lot of other cryptos are going to be falling down. And you must admit that, you must know that. So, kind of the point there being, if you think, oh, you know what, whatever happens to Ripple, whatever happens to XP is not really that important, it is. Because if they are deemed a security, so many crypto projects will fall that it is better, in my opinion, to just bet on XRP directly, bet on that they're going to win. Otherwise, you might not want to bet at crypto at all, because what if literally half of the coins that you're invested in are going to turn out to be securities because lawsuits are going to fly like crazy? There's going to be some heavy lawsuits in the exchange realm as well, where a lot of exchanges will be sued. It would just be panic and chaos, and that's definitely not something I'm waiting for here. It's not a security. The entire complaint on behalf of the SEC against Ripple is a joke, a very expensive, perverse joke, 100% pure manipulation by the SEC over the backs of XP investors. Yeah, it's a thought. Harry, actually, as a reply to Jim McCallum, whom said, Jet has sold nearly 160 million XRP in the last 7 days. At this rate, he will be running out of XRP in 80 days, mid-July. Harry said, entirely insignificant amounts. This makes zero difference to the XRP price. 708 million XRP traded in Binance USDT pair alone past 24 hours. I think it does make a difference, though. I think it very much makes a difference. Not that he's actually sold it, or that he's, having any downward pressure, but the fact that he's going to be running out of money pretty soon here. Why? Because even though I would, again, say the constant downward pressure is not really that negative on the price at all, it might keep it down for like 2 cents, for example, a little bit lower than it should be. I think if he's gone, it would be such a huge bullish influx. That's basically it, right? That he can't really dump on us anymore, and he's basically run out of coins, and they're distributed in a more evenly and more proper fashion. I think that would be really good to have. That's, again, my opinion. Sometimes it's like, if the founders are purely money hungry, or there's a big whale who's just in there to make money, he doesn't care about the project, you'd rather have him out of the ecosystem and just have people that are interested in it than, him just hoarding it so he can sell it to top. Because XRP still is pretty damn low. Jesse Hines says, here's my issue with this. As a lawyer, I understand that part of the lawsuit is gathering discovery to make your case. However, the general purpose of discovery is to gather evidence that may have not previously been available, and prevent evidence being sprung on a litigant. In this case, we have the SEC seeking documentation that is probably should have sought before ever bringing a lawsuit. They may be permitted to continue this path, but it reflects poorly on our government that we'd bring an enforcement action without doing our due diligence. This type of behavior just gives me bad vibes about the enforcement action, and all I'm saying here is, if you think about it, what the SEC is doing with their request basically for documents outside the US, they're going to, for example, the UK government to ask questions about Ripple, to the UK regulators, is that they can do this, but if they're doing it in a lawsuit, that's a little bit strange. They should have gotten all the information about Ripple before bringing the lawsuit, obviously, because why do it once you're already suing them? It's like the discovery phase here, as in the sense he's saying, the part of it, or a good part of it, is to get information about your others, right? But it's mostly about stuff that wasn't available before, and some evidence that you could not have had without the other side, and which you're going to get now. Stuff that's not kind of in the norm. In this case here, they're just asking information about how other entities regarded Ripple. They could have asked this before. It wasn't really anything that they couldn't have done. So my question there is, like, why are they only doing this now? Because it's a little bit strange, right? They didn't do their due diligence properly. They're getting information that they could have already had. Why do it now then, if you've already sued them for saying they've done something wrong? Why are you going to ask outside governments to see what they've done when you already know that some of the governments you're asking for have properly regulated XRP, for example? That's so strange. So I'm a little bit on the same path as Jesse here, where I'm like, SEC. I'm not saying they're crooked. I'm just saying it's odd. And on the same note, like we just said here with the waiting game for XRP specifically, then a lot of people are waiting on this lawsuit. A lot of people are. John posted, Charles Schwab and its $7 trillion in assets is waiting to see what happens with the SEC enforcement versus Ripple case before deciding to enter the crypto space. Articles like this are the one of the few that are paying attention to its significance. So Bloomberg Law said, the SEC filed a lawsuit in 2020 against digital currency creator Ripple Labs, claiming its XRP tokens were unregistered securities. Cecile Carl contends the enforcement action could stymie the development of cryptos in the US. Think about it, guys. If XRP gets deemed a security, oh my days, would that be bad for crypto? So let's just really hope to the end that that's not going to happen, because that would be bad. That would be bad. That would be very freaking bad. Now, guys, if you're looking for a platform to trade on, the one I'm using is Bybit. I'm making sure you want to assume, but there's like a freaking $1,610 in total deposit bonus and bonuses in general, so go check it out. We're already falling down a little bit again. Ooh. Okay, we're making kind of a double top around this area right here, as you can clearly see. Yes, we are. Having said that, make sure you press the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Yeah, most likely later today. I have a lot of stuff coming up. Don't worry.